I am so happy to be in the studio today, Jeet.
Me too, Lucy. It is always great to be here for another episode of Talk Lucy.
We always take the confusing parts of English and make them completely natural.
Exactly. Like those parts where people stop and think, wait, is this right?
Yes, we turn those confusing moments into simple, clear lessons.
Speaking of confusing moments, Lucy, how are you doing today?
I am doing really well, thank you, Jeet. But I actually have a small confession.
A confession? That sounds very interesting. Tell me.
Well, yesterday I was helping a friend with her English homework.
Okay, and what happened?
She looked at me and asked, "What is the difference between would, could, and should?"
Oh, wow. That is a very big question.
A massive question. I started explaining, then I stopped, then I started again.
And then what did you say?
I looked at her and said, "You know what? Let me get back to you on that."
You ran away from the question.
I did not run away. I strategically retreated.
Strategically retreated. I love that excuse.
But it proves why today's topic is so incredibly important.
Yes, would, could, and should are three of the most used words in English.
People use them every single day in every single conversation.
But explaining the difference is not easy, even for native speakers.
Because we use them automatically. We never stop to think about the rules.
Our goal today is to make our listeners use them automatically too.
Through real-life situations, real conversations, and real examples.
No heavy grammar, no boring rules, just real English.
Before we start, if our listeners enjoy our podcast, they should subscribe to the channel.
Yes, they should definitely like this video and share it with a friend.
Especially a friend who always guesses between would, could, and should.
Let's jump right in. First things first, what are would, could, and should?
In grammar books, they are called modal verbs, but let's forget that name.
Yes, please forget the term modal verbs. It sounds too technical and scary.
Let's just call them helper words.
Helper words. I like that. They help the main verb in a sentence.
Exactly. They add meaning, feeling, and possibility to the main verb.
And each one adds a completely different feeling.
Would adds imagination, politeness, and habits in the past.
Could adds possibility, ability, and gentle requests.
Should adds advice, obligation, and knowing the right thing to do.
Three helper words, three different feelings. Let's look at each one in real life.
Let's start with the word would.
I want to start with the most common use, the one we hear every single day.
Yes, using would for polite requests and offers.
When you want to offer something kindly, you use would.
You say, "Would you like some coffee?" This is a polite, warm offer.
When you want to ask for something politely, you use would.
You say, "Would you mind opening the window?" You are not demanding. You are asking very gently.
You can say, "Would you like to join us for lunch?" That is a friendly invitation.
Now, you could say, "Do you want some coffee?" That is not wrong.
But it is less polite. It's much more direct.
"Would you like some coffee?" is much more polite and natural in formal situations.
Would makes everything softer, warmer, and more considerate.
And how do you answer those questions, Lucy?
You say, "Yes, I would love some," or "I would love to join you. That would be great." You use would in the question and would in the answer.
Always matching. Now let's talk about would for imaginary situations.
This one is beautiful. Would helps us dream and imagine different realities.
Yes, you say, "I would travel everywhere if I had more money."
That is an imaginary situation. I do not have unlimited money, but if I did, I would travel.
You say, "What would you do if you won the lottery?"
That is an imaginary question. It is not real, but it is fun to think about.
You say, "I would be so happy if I could speak English fluently."
That is a wish, a dream, an imaginary happy future.
Would plus an imaginary situation equals dreaming in English.
Honestly, that is the best use of the word would.
This connects to the second conditional, which we covered in a previous episode.
The simple rule is this. If it is an imaginary situation, use would.
I would live by the beach if I could. She would be a doctor if she studied medicine.
Dreams, wishes, and imaginary worlds all use would.
Now let's look at would for past habits. This one surprises people.
Yes, because would is not just for the future or for imaginary situations.
It also talks about the past, specifically things you did regularly in the past.
You say, when I was young, I would walk to school every day.
You did this regularly in the past. It was a habit.
You say, every Sunday my family would have dinner together.
A regular past action, something that happened repeatedly.
You say, when she lived in Italy, she would have espresso every morning.
A regular past habit. Every morning, it was always the same.
This is very similar to the phrase used to.
Yes, I used to walk to school has the exact same meaning as I would walk to school.
Both talk about past habits.
But there is a small difference. Used to can also talk about past states, things that were true before, but not now.
Like, I used to live in London. You lived there, but you do not live there now.
But you cannot say, I would live in London. That sounds completely wrong.
Would is only for past habits or actions. I would go swimming every morning.
I used to be very shy. That is a past state, so we use used to.
It is a small but very important difference.
Now let's move on to the word could.
Could has three main feelings, three main uses, all very different.
Let's start with could for past ability. When you want to talk about something you were able to do in the past, you use could.
You say, when I was young, I could run very fast.
That is past ability. I was able to run fast back then.
You say, she could speak 3 languages by the age of 10.
She was able to do this at that young age. You say, I couldn't swim until I was 8 years old.
That is past inability. I was not able to swim.
Could means past ability. Couldn't means past inability. Very simple and clear.
Now let's look at could for possibility.
When something is possible, maybe it will happen, maybe it won't, you use could.
You say, it could rain later. Take an umbrella.
It is possible, not certain, maybe yes, maybe no, but possible.
You say, she could be at the office. Try calling her.
It is possible. Maybe she's there, maybe she isn't. Try and see.
You say, this could be the best decision you ever make.
A possible positive outcome. It might turn out to be amazing.
Could equals possible. Not certain, but possible.
And the opposite, couldn't, means impossible, not possible.
She couldn't have done it. She was out of town.
That is impossible. She was not there, so she could not have done it.
Could equals possible. Couldn't equals impossible.
Now let's look at could for polite requests. I use this every single day.
Yes, could makes requests soft, polite, and gentle.
You say, could you pass me the salt, please?
A polite request. You are asking gently, not demanding.
You say, could you speak more slowly, please? This is very useful for English learners.
Could you repeat that, please? Also very useful.
You say, could I have the menu, please? That is asking permission politely.
You could say, can I have the menu? That is not wrong.
But it is less polite. Could I have the menu is much more natural in restaurants.
Could makes everything more polite and considerate.
And people always respond better to polite requests. Always.
Now for the third word, and I think this one is the most practical of all 3.
The word should. It is the advice word, the suggestion word.
It is the I think this is the right thing to do word.
We use should for advice and suggestions.
You say, you should drink more water.
That is advice. I think this is good for you, so you should do it.
You say, you should see a doctor if you feel unwell.
A strong suggestion. I think this is the right thing to do.
You say, she should apologize. It was her mistake.
That is advice about someone else. Apologizing is the right thing to do.
And for yourself, you can say, I should exercise more.
Very relatable and honest. You know it is right, even if you are not doing it.
Should means, I think this is right. You should do it.
Now, let's look at should for expectation.
When you expect something to happen because it is logical or planned, use should.
You say, the package should arrive tomorrow.
You expect it. It is planned, so it should happen.
You say, she should be here by now. She left an hour ago.
You expect her. It is logical that she should have arrived.
You say, this should take about 20 minutes.
That is an expected time based on experience or logic.
Should means, I expect this to happen based on a plan.
And shouldn't means I do not expect this, or this is not the right thing.
You shouldn't be so hard on yourself. That is advice.
It shouldn't take long. That is expectation. I do not expect it to take long.
Should and shouldn't are both very natural and useful.
Let's do something fun now, Lucy. A real conversation using all three words naturally.
Let's pretend we are two friends talking about a job opportunity.
Perfect. I will start. Lucy, I got offered a new job, but I'm not sure if I should take it.
Oh, wow. What kind of job is it?
It is a management position. More money, but more responsibility.
Honestly, I think you should go for it. You are ready for more responsibility.
Really? You think so? But what if I can't handle it?
You could always talk to the hiring manager first, ask them more questions about the role.
That is a good idea. What would you do if you were me?
I would take it, definitely. You could always leave if it doesn't work out.
I suppose you are right. I should stop overthinking it.
Exactly. You should trust yourself more. You would be great at it.
End of role play. Did our listeners catch all the uses in that conversation?
Should for advice, could for possibility, would for personal opinion.
All three words flowing naturally, and it did not feel like a grammar lesson at all.
It just felt like two friends talking about a real-life decision.
Now, let's quickly cover some common mistakes learners make.
Mistake 1. You cannot say, you would take a day off.
You say, you should take a day off. We use should for direct advice, not would.
Mistake 2. You cannot say, could you to help me.
You say, could you help me? No to.
Mistake 3. You cannot say, I would can go.
You say, I would be able to go.
Mistake 2. You cannot say, could you to help me. Mistake 3. You cannot say, I would can go.
You say, I would be able to go.
Mistake 4. You cannot say, she shoulds go.
You say, she should go. Never add an S to these words.
Not woulds, not coulds, not shoulds. Ever.
4 mistakes fixed. Simple and clear. Now let's review everything.
Let's summarize the word would. We use it in 4 ways.
Number 1, offering politely. Would you like coffee?
Number 2, imagining a dream. I would travel everywhere.
Number 3, past habits. I would walk to school every day.
Number 4, personal advice. I would take the job.
Now for could. We also use it in 4 ways.
Number 1, past ability. I could run fast when I was young.
Number 2, possibility. It could rain later.
Number 3, polite requests. Could you help me, please?
Number 4, suggesting an option. You could try a different approach.
Finally, should. 4 simple ways to use it.
Number 1, giving advice. You should drink more water.
Number 2, expectations. She should be here by now.
Number 3, the right thing to do. I should exercise more.
Number 4, strong recommendations. You should try this restaurant.
These 3 words carry so much human feeling, care, possibility, and guidance.
And now our listeners have all 3 words in their pocket ready to use every day.
I really hope this episode made would, could, and should finally click in their minds.
I hope so too, Jeet. If they liked it, they should definitely hit the like button.
And they should subscribe to Talk Lucy for more simple English lessons.
You know, I would love to see them practice this in the comments below.
That is a brilliant idea. They should write one sentence using would, could, or should.
Yes, write a sentence about your life right now. I should, I could, I would.
We read every single comment, and we love seeing their progress.
Thank you for joining us today. Keep learning and keep growing.
See you in the next episode, Lucy.
Goodbye, Jeet.